So you got all these people coming to the country, taking away scholarships, different activities for Americans, but they're going on these college campuses and they're protesting. We see linkages to Hamas. We see linkages to other foreign governments as well. Marco Rubio has made the commitment that he's going to revoke their visa. He said that he's already revoked 300 plus visas. Here's the Secretary of State.
It might be more than 300 at this point. We do it every day. Every time I find one of these lunatics, I take away their visa.
You're saying it could be more than 300
sure,
visas?
I hope. At some point, I hope we run out because we've gotten rid of all of them. But we're looking every day for these lunatics.
He calls these people lunatics. And I have to be honest, it's a harsh thing to say. I wouldn't say it, but I agree with it. I'm going to tell you why. As you guys know, your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, I went to medical school in Europe and I was paying my money to be in Europe. Poland, the country that I was living in, doesn't F around at all. Okay, you do as you are told as an international student, and they treat you sometimes like trash. I mean, they treat everybody like, I don't think that it was just because you're black or whatever, right? They just kind of don't care. They treat you how you're going to be treated, even if you're paying. All right, and you know you're not gonna go to Poland and cause any problems immediately. They're gonna put your ass in jail, immediately lock you up. I mean, again, I love my time in Poland, but you're gonna respect the country and do what they're telling you to do. In this case, you have these people coming from different countries. The United States, when you're in a PhD program, you are going for free, if it's not my understanding, right? You're not paying for PhD. In fact, you get a stipend to be a PhD, okay? You're coming to a country where that in your own country, you can't even do this or you don't have the opportunity. And then you come over and then you protest. I mean, even if you're right in the protest, what gives you the right? You're there for free. I'm in Uganda. I pay $2,500 every year for a work permit to be here. I spend all kind of money being here. Do you think I'm going to go out there and protest about anything, whether I agree with it or not? Number one, it's not my damn job to do that, okay? And that's why these kids are getting deported, and they're silly, I'm sorry. They are lunatics. You can't come to somebody's country and start talking. I am sorry. I'm sorry.
Right, and so everyone thinks Mahmoud Khalil. But when Mahmoud Khalil was tossed, the word came out to these Palestinian organizations, linked to Hamas or not, that the Americans are not going to tolerate the campus unrest, the takeover of buildings. What we saw at almost every Ivy League institution outside Princeton. Well, I didn't really see much there. Now, not only is the campus is going to, the college is going to lose money, but they're going to lose people. Now, yesterday we found out that we had one person self-deport from Colombia after Khalil was tossed out. And she sat down in Canada with Al Jazeera to talk about what she thought, why she left.
Oh, what a great home for her. What did she say, Rachel?
She said the moment Mahmoud got arrested, it sent shockwaves across Colombia's community. He is a green card holder. That's when I realized I have no rights in this system at all. It was only a matter of time before they caught hold of me.
Exactly.
Rachel, this is
You do have rights. You don't have the rights to be protesting. Like, those who are protesting on the behalf of Palestine, this is what they're telling people. The universities, Cornell, Columbia, I have no dog in the fight. I'm a pro-black, all right? For you guys that don't understand. For me, I'm not involved in Palestine. I'm not involved in Israel. I'm involved in black issues. That's what I specialize in. But I would be stupid to demand that Cornell University should cut their ties with Israel because I told them to, as an Indian scholar, that I'm getting paid. And you got to understand how Ivy Leagues work. Who gives a lot of money to Ivy League institutions? Well, let's look at Meta. Mark Zuckerberg is Jewish, okay? He went to Harvard. All kind of companies. Ben & Jerry's is Jewish. Viacom is Jewish, I think. So these are people in every sort of the industries that Jews run that donate a lot of money to these institutions. And so a lot of the reasons why these endowments for Ivy Leagues can give these great opportunities to people who live in the Middle East is largely, I would say a part of it is because Jews give a lot of money to these institutions. You know, Dartmouth, let's talk about Cornell, Harvard. This is what's going on. They give money to these things. So you're there because partly the Jews have given this money in some of their endowment, and the people that you're protesting for has never given that money. So what do you expect to happen? This is just, you know, I can't tell you if somebody is giving me money to do here, you ought to cut your ties with that. No, you have the right to, somebody can just deport you. You, like it or not, Donald Trump and Israel are like this. We already know, okay? That's not gonna change anything. So if you come against that relationship, what do you think is gonna happen to you? You have to be smart. Sometimes the best situation you gotta do is to help your people by getting your education. Once you graduate and get your stuff, then you can go ahead and do what you gotta do, help your family. Then you can help Palestine. But doing this is not gonna help you. You're gonna get it punished, and they're gonna send your ass back.
This has inspired some disagreement between us. We normally agree on 90% of the issues, but you're worried about free speech.
I'm not. So first of all, I would never be a student in, say, Mexico City and go and protest their government. I'm just not interested. I think that's just rude, and you're not being a good guest, so I'm with that. I also don't believe in violence. You know, I'm a peacenik. Yeah. I don't think we should have violence, and I don't believe in terrorists. I don't want anyone here who has ties to Hamas. That said, I am concerned about free speech. I am a free speech absolutist. And so I wonder, what is the criteria here? Should we be deporting people who say criticize America and American policies? What's the line? Or is it only if you criticize Israeli government policy? So there are a lot of really good people right now who are very concerned about the chilling effect this could have, not just on these green card holders and these people on visas, but what's the message to American citizens about free speech?
So this is a very strong point. There was a lady, I don't know if I can find the information, but you guys in the comment section, if you can find it, please post it. There was a lady that graduated from NYU School of Law. Okay, New York University or NYU School of Law, as you know, is one of the top programs in the country. In the New York, attorneys, bars typically make more money than anybody else, okay, because of New York City and New York State. She talked down on Israel, okay, which is her right to do, in defense of Palestine. Here's the issue with that. The law firm that she was giving a job to was owned by Jews. They immediately rescinded her $250,000 offer that she was given per year. Okay? So, if you're going to have free speech, if you work for the Jews, this is not just her. Amanda Seals also got that work. She was discussing supporting Palestine. She was working for Jews, and they fired her. So now, if you're a person and your money doesn't depend on the Jewish economy or Jewish businesses, then okay, you can do whatever you feel like doing. But now, if you work for Jews, they're gonna find a way to probably deal with you with that, okay? So the choice is yours. So it just depends, all right? Maybe you wanna find, be in the black community, be in black business, or you will find Palestinians or somebody else to work for. But if you're working for the Jews, or people that are from Israel, they're gonna get you. Usually, okay? If we're talking down on that, they're gonna find a way. Look at Nick Cannon. He just had some, look at Nick Cannon. That's a good example. You're not gonna be talking down on Israel and expecting to work for them.
I wouldn't worry about American citizens. I mean, it's not American citizens. These are people on student visas, in green cards.
No, I'm just saying the chilling effect. If you're seeing people,
I don't care. I mean,
are they connected to Hamas or are they just criticizing Israeli policy?
The lawyer I talked to this week, who's representing 9 families.
Whoa, look at this. Is this in the United States, all this fire?
Says there's direct linkages to Hamas that they posted, this group, October 6th. Get ready for October 7th.
Oh, this is New York City. Damn, look at all that fire. All these, no, get them out of there. All of them got to get deported.
So there's no doubt about it. There's organizations here. There's also, the hostages were saying that the Hamas hostage holders were bragging to them about their access to American students, the students in America, and that they were going to win the power of basically the publicity and marketing. They also tossed out somebody at Tufts University, caught this PhD student. They also threw out yesterday at Harvard. They threw out Ksenia Petrova, who's a Russian research associate, also with anti-American activities. You're over.
Yeah, get them out. All of them who not American citizens, deport them.
You're protesting this country and our allies. Goodbye.
I would just say this, Rachel. I see your point. I see how it could be chilling. But I want chills to run down the spines of not only terrorists, but people that are residents here. You're a visitor here. You don't have the right. Be on your best behavior here. And what we're dealing with is people that don't love the country, people that have radical ties, and I think they're trying to use our laws against us at the time. So I think what the Secretary of State is saying, look, I want to find visa violations. Many of these people have ties to foreign governments. They're trying to have dissent. They're trying to get us to be at each other's necks at each other's necks as well. And so you have to send a message to the people that are visitors. Don't come in my house and spray paint on my wall.
Let me just say this about foreigners that come and do this in America. I'm in Uganda. Again, you can't go and do this here. They'll kill you. Go to Palestine, Turkey, they'll kill you. Okay, we're going to be honest. If you go and make somebody, if they don't kill you, they'll make you wish that you were dead, okay? That's if you disrespect like these people are doing. They're not gonna tolerate disrespect as a visitor. You can come here, you can spend your money, but you know better to do this, you know? And they won't even do it in their country because they know they're gonna get, they know they're gonna have problems. Why don't they do this in the country they're from? Their brother that was from Gambia, Mamadou Dal, he got deported. Why don't he try this in the Gambia? He knows if there's a lot of things he can fight for in the Gambia. He won't do it. They'll whoop his ass. They know this. So when you want to get to America, you want to start acting all brand new. No, go back to where you from, and let's see how you do it. People always try to play that with Americans. I mean, even me living in Africa, I can tell you, like, people will try things with me, they won't try with their own group.
And look, we have to deal with
I agree with that.
We have the American citizens that are degenerates. We have to deal with them. That is a part of our society.
Right.
We don't have to deal with the visitors that are here. And I think that's
absolutely, we can deal with our own degenerates greatly. That's a great point. But other people degenerates, no, get them out of here.
That's what the Secretary of State is doing.
When I was a child in a military brat. Growing up, I lived overseas almost exclusively. And when we went to I attended Department of Defense schools, and we had to take a class called Host Nation class, where we learned about the host nation and we learned how to be a guest, a proper guest in people's country. That is...
Whoa! You see that? She learned how to respect other people's countries.
That is my primary concern with this. And the other concern I have is the thing you touched on, but which needs more attention to, which is the fact that our universities are prioritizing foreign students because they pay full rate tuition. And a lot of these slots belong to American kids. How many valedictorians aren't getting into these elite schools?
All of them.
Because
if they're white.
If they're white males. This is something, America is for Americans.
That's right.
And we need to prioritize that. So I think there's a lot to be said. But let's also be careful, because we don't want to leave the impression on the world that we are not for free speech.
Let me just say this. Yes, people do pay full tuition undergrad. Once you get to the PhD level, that's different. PhD students go for free. I've never met a PhD student that's paying, and also you get a stipend. Many of these popular PhD students are scholars, because the thing is, you invest in your scholars so they can stay in your country and teach. So why would you charge somebody for a PhD? You're trying to get them into academia and research, right? So you're funding them. That's the difference. I went to medical school, that's professional school. But PhD students are being funded. They're the brightest of the brightest. And those are the people that are going viral for getting deported. The PhD students, one at Tufts University, I forgot her name, and then Mamadou Dal, which is over at Cornell. Both very good universities, okay? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Use. I'm out.